Hi guys, and welcome back to the second video of college apartment style living. I guess we'll just call it that for now. Basically what we're doing today is talking about college apartment living and then dorm living. So there is a difference between the two. I'm really basing this off of my college and dorm experience. I know if you go to certain colleges, they have really nice dorms and really nice apartments as well, but I'm just basing off what I know and the dorms that I have lived in. So the first thing I want to talk about is bathrooms, of course. In some dorm rooms, you can get your own bathroom, but more than likely, it's not likely that you could get your own bathroom. For my first year, I had to share the bathroom with a whole hallway of girls. So we had like 6 stalls, we had like 5 showers, I believe, and then we had a mirror, of course. And then in our rooms, we had our own sinks and stuff where we like brushed our teeth and got ready and stuff. So with that being said, I've told you in my last video, apartment style living, that I hated sharing bathrooms. So I hated that experience altogether. But that was freshman year. That was just how it usually works freshman year. So whatever. Second, sophomore year, I ended up living with 4 other girls. Well, not 4 other girls, 3 other girls, and we each shared a bathroom. So we had a shower, a sink, and then the toilet, of course. The toilet was separate, and then the shower was on the other side, and then the sinks were in the middle. So with that, still sharing was still iffy to me. But you still had to share, which was a little bit better because you're only sharing with 3 girls versus like I think it was 2 girls in each room, and we had like 8 rooms on that hallway. So that was like 16 girls. So with that being said, it was better stepping up. And then I also stayed in the dorm sophomore year going into junior year for that summer. Still stayed in the same type of dorm where I lived with 3 other girls, and we shared the bathroom, which was fine because one of the girl that was in my room, because it was 2 girls in one room and 2 girls in the other room, but it was just one master like suite. But the girl in my room didn't really be in there that much, so I was really just sharing it with 2 other girls, which I still didn't like because you still have to clean up after everybody and stuff like that. And when it comes to my bathroom, I like my own space. But me going into junior year, we have to sign up for a dorm room each year. I'm not sure if that's like that everywhere else, but with that being said, I was hoping to get a 1 person bedroom, 1 person bathroom, or at least going to live in our college style dorm rooms, which are across the way from our university, but I wouldn't have mind because I still would have semi had my own bathroom. But I didn't get that. I got the same dorm that I was staying in before, was sharing it with 3 other girls, and I just didn't want to do that again. So that was a reason why I moved out, which I think I talked about in my last video as well. So yeah, with that, my college, I have my own my college apartment. I have my own bathroom. I don't share it with anyone except for my guests that come by. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it's my bathroom. I can keep it clean or I cannot. I'm gonna keep it clean. But with that being said, that's what I have for bathrooms. The next thing is convenience. The only thing I missed about the dorms is the convenience, how it's just in the middle of everything. If there were events or like yard shows or cookouts or anything like that, it was all right there in the middle of the campus. That's where my dorms typically were. So with that being said, I didn't even have to get up, put clothes on for real, and drive, which my college apartment isn't that far from my actual university, but still the fact that I have to get up and drive can sometimes make me want to lay back down and say never mind. But also with that food, we did have what are they called? Kitchens for the dorms, meal plans where you go in and you pick up, stuff to eat. But with that, ours didn't stay open that late. They weren't 24 hours. So if it was like after 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever time it closed, you were just SOL for that night. We did have like a little convenience store, like gas station type store, but the prices were really expensive in there, and it's like you didn't really want to buy anything from there. As far as living in the apartment for convenience, I have a pool right outside my apartment, so that's good for me. It is also, well, I guess that's not convenience. Yeah, dorm kind of takes over, like wins for convenience as far as dorm versus apartment. The next thing, and this is also a big thing, is size. With this one, it can also be debatable as well. My apartment room and bathroom is way bigger than what I got for college, but I have seen some college college tour, like dorm tours. I cannot talk. And they were huge, not still not as big as what I have now, but still quite large for what they got versus what I had. So with that, I can fit a lot of more stuff in here, a lot more of my clothes, shoes, hats. I'm not, I guess I'm material. So I like nice things. So I have more room to put stuff that I actually like versus having to leave it at home. So I have basically for my house, I have here, like everything I can fit it in here and be okay. So with size, I definitely would choose my apartment over dorm anytime. Plus, you're not sharing that with someone else. So you can do whatever you want with your space. So yeah. The next is parking. Parking, college apartment rules, just saying wins totally. For parking at my school, and it might be for other school as well, I had to park all the way across campus for parking and then either take the shuttle, walk, or just like have somebody maybe pick me up and take me to my dorm room. That was a hassle for me. Like, I did not like that idea at all. Not saying like I was scared to walk or anything, but just the idea of having to walk all the way across campus to get back to where I live, especially if you have like groceries or anything. Because in the front of the dorm rooms, there are limited parking and they're almost never open. So if you have groceries, you have to get a parking ticket because you have to park somewhere else that you're not supposed to park, or you have to carry your groceries all the way across the college campus. And so that was just not idealistic for me. With parking, I can look at the window and see my car. So with that being said, all I gotta do is the only thing is I have to walk up a few steps. But other than that, I will take that over walking across campus every day. So therefore, college apartment rules for parking. Food and kitchen, I kind of picked on this a little bit for dorms. Like I said, apartment comes with a kitchen, a pantry, stove, microwave. It came with all of that. So all I had to do is cook, put something in the microwave, wash my dishes, and be done. With the apartment, it did have a kitchen, but it wasn't even a real kitchen. It was like a grill that you kind of cooked on. And of course, you still had to bring your own pots and pans. But with that being said, you never wanted to actually go down there. You had to get permission to open it. It was just a hassle. And then, like I said, with the food situation going to the dining hall, if you didn't get there in time, you were just SOL for that night. Because around my college, I think the only place you can walk to certain places, but you don't want to really walk at night to get food. I mean, some people do, especially if we, go to the bars or something like that on a Saturday night and you're with friends. But other than that, you don't want to walk to get food on a regular basis. So with that being said, I would rather cook here in my apartment kitchen. Does not apply to everyone, but this is another reason why I decided to move. It's alcohol. I moved out before I turned 21 just because I knew I wanted to do it big for my 21st birthday. With that being said, with the dorms that I was staying in, you could not have any type of alcohol. You cannot walk in there intoxicated, no matter how old you were. Because they was gonna call DE somebody. They was gonna call somebody, and you would have to explain. So it didn't matter how old you were, you just could not have it. So with that being said, I can have beer in here if I want to. I like drinking wine with my meals, so I can have that in my refrigerator, and I don't have to worry about anybody on my behind or telling me what to do. I can't have it. I don't have to worry about getting in trouble with authorities or anything of that nature. So, and also with that, it's just weird to me that if you're 21, I can understand like in the dorms they're all different ages and they don't want you getting that out, but you can't live yourself. So with that being said, college apartment also rules with that. The next is security, and I'll give this to the dorm rooms over college apartment. Although I do stay in a gated community, the gates are not always closed, and not only that, you give your friends codes to the apartment. So like right now at my pool, for some reason there are kids at my pool. Don't like it. I don't think they should be here, but whatever. Right now they're there. With that, sometimes our gate breaks, so you don't know who's actually here, even though the police is literally right down the street. Like, I can call them and they'll probably be here in like 2 minutes or less. But on the dorm, if you're walking, they have a bunch of, well, this is my dorm, not speaking from everyone else's dorm. On campus, they have like little buttons that you can push. If you get in trouble or you feel like you need someone to walk you, you can also call someone like the college campus police and they'll come and walk you to your dorm if you don't feel safe. We have shuttle buses that'll take you to your dorm if you're far away from your dorm, and you can easily call them up. So it's different ways that security is better on campus versus being in the college apartment. Getting into like rules in general, especially when it comes to like having guests over. In my dorm room, you can only have 2 guests checked in at one time, and that was at all times. Like, you had to check your guests in. Which makes sense because that goes back to security reasons and whatnot. But in my apartment, if I wanted to, I could throw a party. Like I said, I'm multiple guests. I don't have to check anyone in. The only thing we have to worry about is parking, of course. We do have visitor parkings where you have to park there, because if not, you might look outside and your car is not there. But sometimes that's not likely, especially now in the summer when there's ample amount of parking and college students aren't really here. Because they're either moved out, at home for the summer, or, just not here. So, yeah, with that being said, that's one of the rules. That's my main rule, is just really guests. Another rule for me would be, I guess, quiet hours. I do wish sometimes our apartment had quiet hours, especially during the week. The issue I had last year with my neighbors were that they would play music on a Tuesday, Wednesday till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had school. That was the main issue for me. With the dorms, you can't do that. You definitely have quiet hours. They will come and send somebody up to tell you, hey, you need to calm down. So with with quiet hours, the dorm definitely rules on that one. So for basically the results of this video, I would definitely say the college apartment rules over dorm, since I'm not moving ever back to a dorm room ever, unless I absolutely had to. With that being said, that's really the end of this video. You can comment down below and tell me what you think of dorm rooms or college apartments, if you have ever experienced one. But that was pretty much it. So yeah, you guys enjoy. A cookbook basically for your iPad, but it's still a little iffy to me because it doesn't have everything that I need, I guess, because I'm a Southern cook, and not only that, like, I do a lot. If I do home cooking, I'm making up stuff as I go.